Hi everyone, Esther from Physio Môn here. I wanted to do just a quick video about knee replacements today. So we've had quite a lot of people coming through our clinic who've had knee replacements, mostly privately, and I've got a couple of people who are currently on waiting lists to have their knee replacement very shortly. So I thought I'd do a Physio Môn top tip guide from the hundreds and hundreds of people with knee replacements that we've seen over the years. So I think my number one thing that I would or tend to advise people or remind people of in those first few days after knee replacement is that it's a big deal. So don't be surprised if you're feeling a whole load of emotions afterwards. That's all quite normal. And don't underestimate how big a thing it is either. I think lots of people, when they've been waiting for an operation like this for such a long time, they are so looking forward to actually finally getting the surgery that once they've had it done, they think that's kind of the hard bit over with, but often that's when the hard bit starts, and you usually go through a process of it being a bit worse before it gets better. Those first few weeks are hard, and the more you can put in the work with your physio, the better. We're there to help support you and to get the best out of your surgery, especially in those first early few weeks. We can help reassure you there's nothing we haven't seen before post-operatively, so we can really help tell you what's normal. It's the first time probably that you've gone through this, so it all feels very new and alien, and it can be quite daunting when suddenly you can't use the leg like you thought you were going to be able to use it, and it can feel like, what on earth have I done? But it's all quite normal, and I promise it only lasts a few weeks and it'll feel much better in the end. The other thing I think it's really important to remember is not to compare yourself to other people. Because a knee replacement is quite a common surgery, most of us know someone that's had a knee replacement, or someone will say, oh, so-and-so down the road's had one. And the tendency is to compare then how you're doing with that other person, and that's really something you can't do because everybody comes from a different start place. Who the surgeon was that did the knee replacement, what level of arthritis you had before, what your other leg that you're having as your supporting leg is like. It's a completely different experience from one person to the other, and no two journeys are the same, so you really can't compare. But some people can be, I've got one person at the moment who within a week of knee surgery was absolutely amazing, off walking aids, doing really, really well, really good range of movement. And then I've got other people at the moment that just take that bit longer, and that's one extreme to the other. Neither is right or wrong. You almost always get there in the end. But do your exercises, listen to the physio, and I'm sure you'll get there. And the other final point I was going to make was lots of people, when they need a knee replacement, have problems with the other knee as well, and eventually are going to need the other knee. And if I had £1 for every person that said I'm not going to have the other knee done now, having in the first few weeks throes of having the first one done, I wouldn't be here making this video. It's quite normal to feel like that, but I would say from all the people that we've seen over the years, the second replacement, if you do need to have second knee done, is almost always easier than the first for several reasons. Because you know what to expect. So to start with, you know to anticipate the fact that you're going to be, what you're going to go through in those first few weeks, the pain levels you're going to have. And also you're then relying on a good leg. So at the moment you're having the knee replacement and you've got another leg which may be arthritic and needs doing as well. Whereas when you have the second one done, you've then got a good leg that's been rehabbed and that's doing really well. So there's lots of different reasons why the second time is never as bad as the first one. Something else that I would mention is the pain levels. So it's really important that you take the medication that you're offered, particularly in hospital and when you get home as well. It's normal for it to be painful. You've had a big operation. Essentially what's happening is they've broken your bone and they've stuffed a foreign object in there, and your body's got to get used to that. So it is normal for it to be painful, but it's really important that we get you moving and exercising as much as we can within those first few weeks. So if pain is stopping you from doing your exercise, it's important that we get that pain under control. You're not going to make things any worse or mask things. It's just really important that we get that pain under control so that we can get on with your rehab. And again, your physio will know what's normal and not normal and can help guide you through that. And one very final top tip from one of my patients recently is get all the aids that you might need. So one of my patients found that they really needed that toilet raise because it was a lot harder than they anticipated getting on and off the toilet when the knee was really, really painful in those first early stages. So have a think about what things you might need around the house to help support you once you get home. If we can help at all, let us know, and we would really love to be able to help support you in your journey after having a knee replacement. And actually having physio before your knee replacement is another good top tip. The stronger you can get that knee, the more exercise you can get beforehand can really help to support your recovery as well. So I hope that helps. If you've got any top tips, then pop them in the comments below.